And we thank you for joining us. Today, countless conversations began with the words, "Where were you when you heard Selena had been shot?" Let's set the stage for you. It's Friday, March 31st, 1995. Selena had arranged to meet Yolanda Saldivar at the Days Inn Hotel on Navigation near I-37. Selena planned to fire Saldivar, the president of her fan club, for embezzling thousands of dollars. The meeting inside room 158 escalated into an argument. Saldivar pointed a gun at Selena, who then tried to run out of the room. Saldivar fired a shot, hitting Selena in the shoulder. The time, 11:48 a.m. Selena ran into the lobby, screaming for help. She collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. Sadly, at 1:05 p.m., the 23-year-old Queen of Tejano was pronounced dead. Our team coverage of the events of that day and how they impacted our community continue now with senior neighborhood news reporter Suzanne Stevens.
It's been 30 years since the death of Selena, but her spirit lives on. I'm senior neighborhood news reporter Suzanne Stevens, talking with those who knew Selena as they remember the day that they say changed everything for them.
Selena, recordando Selena right here on the Lopez Broadcasting Network.
Ernest Lopez, a DJ at 104.9, remembers Selena like family. The station was one of the first Tejano stations in Corpus Christi, and Selena was a regular visitor. For Lopez, her loss feels personal, not just as a fan, but as someone who witnessed her rise and shared in her success.
If you had the privilege to meeting Selena and knowing her in a personal level, you know, it's like losing another family member. That pain will never go away.
On the day marking the 30th anniversary of Selena's death, Lopez honored her memory by simulcasting 24 hours of Selena's music across all 3 of the station's channels. He says it's a way to keep her spirit alive and remember the woman she was before her life was tragically cut short.
You know, when certain people can walk in a room and they don't have to say anything, if people just like gravitate towards them, that was her.
Dave Johnson is a former anchor at KZTV. He interviewed Selena several times.
We were watching everybody's newscast. We didn't have a live unit. We were freaking out.
At the time, Johnson was acting as news director for a day, expecting a quiet Friday.
Drastic mistake.
30 years later, he's still moved when talking about Selena's father announcing his daughter's death from the hospital.
He broke down, and I literally broke down watching him break down. That guy's got a heart. People, and that got me.
I must pass by the Selena Memorial at least once a week, and I'm always struck by how many people are here, how many people are still so emotionally connected to this story. And it's really no wonder. She was a talented, charismatic young woman who was going places. So it makes sense that her death, her murder, created such a sense of loss for the community, the music industry, and even her family. But when you talk about Selena, you have to talk about another aspect of this story, and that's one of justice.
Checks written by Yolanda Saldivar to Yolanda Saldivar.
Johnson still holds on to what he calls painful evidence of betrayal. Canceled checks Saldivar wrote to herself, stealing money from Selena's fans. Selena's legacy continues to inspire, a reminder of her kindness, her talent, and the joy she brought to so many. On the Bayfront, I'm senior neighborhood news reporter Suzanne Stevens. KRIS.
Now, the Days Inn management changed the room number where Selena was shot to discourage sightseers and the curious. At her arraignment on April 3rd, 1995, Yolanda Saldivar pleaded not guilty. She claimed the shooting was accidental and that she intended to commit suicide. Saldivar's trial began in October. It was moved to Harris County at the request of Saldivar's defense team. She was convicted of murder and sentenced to life. The gun she used to shoot Selena was destroyed at the request of Selena's family, cut into pieces and tossed into the Corpus Christi Bay. You know, it's no surprise that the airwaves echoed with Selena's music today, but one local radio station is taking it one step further.
Retro Tejano 104.1 as we pay tribute to Selena. We miss you so much, Selena, and thank you for all the great music.
That's Retro Tejano 104.1, playing Selena's music all day. It's a yearly tradition with listeners requesting different songs from across Selena's catalog.
From Bailes de Cumbia to Bidi Bidi Bum Bum, I mean, there's so many of them. It really would be tough to, I think it's a tie with 10 of her songs.
Well, the radio station will also be playing some songs that have never been heard before, courtesy of Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla Jr.
Fotos y recuerdos. That's how fans are remembering Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla 30 years since her death. I'm Michaela Chavez, your neighborhood news reporter in the Bay Area. I'll show you how she continues to inspire others after all this time. Quintanilla and her family moved to Corpus Christi in 1975, where they performed at all types of big events as a family band. 10 years later, when Selena was just 14 years old, she recorded her first album.
It's a great thing to say that she was from this area.
Shortly after, she won Best Female Vocalist at the Tejano Music Awards.
Actually saw her at the State Fair in Dallas, and yes, I was a fan.
In 1989, she was signed by EMI Latin Records, and a year later, her album Ven Conmigo was released. It featured hit songs like Baila Esta Cumbia and Enamorado de Ti. It was the first Tejano album written by a female singer to win golds.
She was a beautiful person when it came to music and stuff, but she did a lot for the Hispanic community.
I hear a song and it's just she's beautiful, beautiful voice.
Before the age of 25, success continued for Selena when she won her first Grammy in 1994. But just a year later, on March 31st, Selena's life was tragically cut short. She was shot and killed by the president of her Selena fan club, Yolanda Saldivar.
There was so much she was still in the process of doing. She was kind of cut short in her life, and that, I guess that's what makes it a bigger tragedy. She just had so much to offer still.
Her death, leaving an impact across the country and here at home.
It was just so devastating because it just felt so senseless and so unbelievable.
In 1997, the movie Selena was released to honor the Tejano icon, making her name even more known.
It wasn't until after I seen her movie, I really, I guess you could say I became a fan, because I seen the talent. The talent was really lost that day. A lot was lost.
Now, 30 years later, the world continues to remember her.
Of course, I've been to where her body lays, and people still continue, 30 years later, still coming and paying their respects to her.
Even traveling across the country to see her statue here in Corpus Christi.
And even now, my sister's visiting from Missouri. This is where we brought her. We're here for this, to show her this.
And learning about her life at her museum.
I've been to her little museum here, and it's very emotional, knowing that, she had such an impact on not just this community, but gosh, just so around the world.
As she continues to inspire future generations.
Hispanics, we're full of talent, and she's the one that showed that within you, if you try for it, you shoot for it, you could reach your goals.
Knowing that she worked, playing these little gigs and traveling in that bus, and she had to work up towards it. And so it shows people that with hard work, you can find success if you've got the talent, which she did.
Show you that I love you, just let them by. Now, Saldivar was recently denied parole and won't be eligible again until 2030. With your neighborhood news in the Bay Area, I'm Michaela Chavez, KRIS 6 News.
Now, Selena and her family moved to Corpus Christi's west side in the late 80s. They lived on Bloomington Street in the Molina neighborhood. She enrolled at West Oso Junior High School, where Danny Niola was a coach and health teacher. He remembers her as charismatic and highly intelligent. He also remembered one time when Selena performed a mini concert in the school's gymnasium.
How fortunate, how lucky were we to be able to witness some of the first times that they played live music there among our faculty and our students, her beloved friends,
Well, after she completed junior high school, Selena and her family decided it was in her best interest to finish her classes via correspondence, so she got her high school equivalency and a bachelor's degree in business administration. Well, a lot of folks have been sharing memories of Selena today. Some of those memories are priceless and one of a kind. So check this out. Raymond Smith took this picture with Selena in 1993. Joyce Andrade was just a young fan when she took this picture with her favorite singer. And Michael Pruneda not only had his picture taken with the Queen of Tejano, he also got her autograph. For Selena pictures, all you have to do is, if you want to share them anyway, just scan the QR code on your screen with your smartphone, or just go to our KRIS 6 News Facebook page. On this 30-year anniversary of Selena's death, we leave you with some final thoughts and some final words from Selena. Selena's talent was undeniable, but she was not a solo act. Her rise to fame was a family affair.
How can you work with family?
Right.
Everybody says it's impossible. It's not impossible.
But despite fame and fortune, Selena never lost her humility. No one was more astounded by her meteoric rise than Selena herself.
It's scary because you never think you're going to get that far. And now that we've achieved some of the goals that we've set out, it is kind of scary because you don't know what to expect after that, you know. You don't know what to want anymore.
An English language single titled I Could Fall in Love was released just over 2 months after Selena's death. It was a crossover hit and bittersweet reminder of what might have been. A year before her death, we asked Selena where she hoped to be in 10 years' time. We close out tonight with her words and her dreams.
I just hope still to be alive, hopefully singing still, and maybe later on, 10 years down the road, I hope to have a family by then.